I was talking to Pastor Sam about how the Lord just really began to start ministering to me about the importance of community in this time. And one of the things with what you're saying, we don't have the church like we usually do, where we go to a physical building, but we are the church. We all share the same blood. The blood of Christ that covers my sin also covers your sins.
Mm-hmm.
We're adopted into the family of Christ.
Yes.
To the family of God because of that blood. So you sharing that communion with your brothers and your sisters, that's powerful. Like, that brings, we are healed and transformed and set free by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony. So it's coming together and sharing, even in that space over the phone or through Zoom, actually helps to break us out and break us free. And your testimony, that testimony unlocks more healing, unlocks more victory. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I guess I kept on hearing as we were going through the beginning parts of this, that just came back to me now, that we were already victorious before the foundation of the earth. Christ's blood made us victorious. So regardless of what's going on in the news and in the media, we're already victorious. The story is already been written.
Yeah.
And so focusing on the blood of Christ and the broken body and what he did for us helps to remind us about that victory, helps us to remind us about the love that he has, helps us to remind us to connect with one another, and even stay focused on what his goals and what his plans are for us. You know, he says his ways are not our ways and
right.
his thoughts are not our thoughts. So we don't really have all the answers to what's going on right now in this world, but we know that he's above all of it. He's still on the throne.
So, all you've been doing in this time and the steps you've taken, the measures you put in place, do you feel recalibrated?
I do. And I kind of set them up as, I guess, I set some of these things up as, so my family, connecting with my family, monitoring my distractions, communing with God,
mm-hmm.
and keeping my focus before me. I set them up around me like fail-safes,
okay.
right? So even if I end up getting into a space where I start losing a little bit of that, my focus, and I look out and I'm like, oh man, this is scary. The numbers are going up. It's crazy. I have a place that I can immediately fall into where I'm able to shift back and refocus. Like when we were going up Stone Mountain, there's a spot where you can look over and you see how far you're up.
Yeah.
I was like, if I had never looked to the left, I would have been fine.
You lost focus.
But you shift over. But I was with you and with Dr. Ronnie, and we were able to shift our focus back. And as you begin to go up, I started looking up. Okay, let's go up. Let's continue on. You know what I mean? So setting up like those 4 to 5 things to kind of keep you in line. They're like guardrails to keep you from going off. Even if you do swerve a little bit, you might swerve a little bit, but those guardrails actually help to keep you on that path so that we can keep pressing forward.
So let's wrap this up. Now that you've been recalibrated, when this time is over, what do you think how do you think you're gonna apply all this new knowledge, this new Sara, right, moving forward?
Well, I think I forgot to mention one thing. Like I said, I monitor my distractions, and I also monitor my successes. So I write down, even though I don't have anything in my planner,
okay,
to plan for the days, I write down every single day what I have accomplished and where I was the day before.
Wow.
So that I can look back and tangibly see my progress. And I think that that's something that is important for all of us to do.
I think that's great. I'm going to use that. I mean, I was employing this score system in my life, right? Like I was podcasts I follow. They're Christian, but they don't really put any heavy Christian theology in their method. It's called Focus 3, and they talk about how do you become elite. right? And you have to have you have a vision of the best person of yourself, right? The best, you might, for a guy, he might have, a six pack and, huge pecs, right? But how do you get that? It doesn't come overnight.
No.
So you have to focus, you have to work out, you have to do the effort, right? So I really think that moving forward from this, if you have not put the time in to really focus on what's important, then you're going to not be successful when the time comes forward, because you haven't done anything but sit around and be lazy.
Yeah.
So, but got anything else you want to add to this?
Don't beat yourself up for what you haven't done. That's an attack of the enemy to kind of derail you and derail your focus. Celebrate the things that you have done, and praise God for the accomplishments and that you're still here and you're still standing. I think that's a big part of this. It's been really great to share with you and the family, the Life Center family, about just what my journey has been, and hopefully there are some points here and there that were a blessing. What about you?
Well, I'm just happy to be here.
Listen,
I'm ready to get back to work. I'm ready to get back to work personally, but I do need to focus more. And I think the last couple weeks I've had more focus, even in getting out more and exercising.
Yes.
So, but we want to wrap this up. So I want to thank Sara.
Yeah.
For giving us her time in this quarantine 2020. I'm Jason Wilson, leader of Counterculture Singles Ministry. And this is my partner in ministry, Sara Miles, I mentioned before. We thank you for listening. Have a great day.
Life out.
Life out. Bye.